that will look this way.
A team that has scored 37 times this season, so they're attack-minded, and they've only conceded 10.
And away we go here in South Florida. We are in Coral Gables. Miami and Pittsburgh meeting for the 13th time. Miami leads the all-time series 6-5 with one tie, but Pittsburgh has won the last 3, and they've outscored Miami in those 3 wins 7-1. Panthers 9-3-2 overall, 3-2-1 in conference play, as we mentioned at the top, in 7th place, but one of the top teams in the country and most likely an NCAA tournament team. Pittsburgh, a team that can be a high-scoring squad here tonight and have been throughout the season. You look at the comparison, Pittsburgh has 37 goals this year. Miami has 16.
And for this Pittsburgh side, coming off 2 fantastic wins on the bounce, 4-1 win against Clemson, then you turn around and you score 3 against Syracuse. And take a massive win. They haven't lost since Cal, September 26th, so this side is full of confidence, and they're going to ask a lot of questions of University of Miami here.
Hurricanes offense revolves around Canali, who's offsides. Canali, the freshman from Boca Raton. In goal tonight for Miami, Clarice Foley. They've kind of gone back and forth this year in goal. Foley has had the hot hand lately. And Ellie Breach, the goalie for Pittsburgh tonight. Breach is a junior. Been very steady in goal for the Panthers. Wells with a nice little stop-and-go move.
Already see this Pittsburgh side drop a little bit deeper in their line of confrontation, so they're baiting the Hurricanes to try to break through them with their play. When the ball goes wide, that's when they try to squeeze and force a turnover. Talked about how important set pieces are, especially with the amount that they get. Fantastic opportunity here for the visiting side.
There you see the number for Pitt. 8 corners a game already here with a chance on a corner. Lofts that one in there and off the head of Zelski. You
always have Japanski on this ball. You always expect quality, whether it's a near post or far post service. Really difficult to get it back on frame. But if you are University of Miami, saying like for like with your individual marker is going to be really important when defending set pieces.
Quick throw in from Fury. We'll turn it over rather to Olivia Lee, sophomore from New York.
Fury's going to play on this left-hand side. 8 goals, 3 assists on the season. So it tells you 2 things. She has the ability to beat you through combination play, but also individual brilliance. So this right-hand side with Grambo, good ball here.
Canali doing a nice job up the sideline. Setting up Endall. Nice cross. Who's going to ride for Miami? First chance for the Canes, and Ellie Breach goes up the ladder and gathers that one in, but a good offensive opportunity for Miami.
Just see how explosive University of Miami can be at turning their defense into offense. Fantastic off-the-ball movement from Endall. Does just enough to keep it inside, and then her head is up the whole way. Tries to put it into the path. But Gallagher just overhits it, but you just see that trio up top for the Hurricanes. Going to cause some issues for Pittsburgh.
Here's Lee. Tries to get it to Fury. You look at this Pittsburgh squad, I mentioned they've outscored Miami in terms of the season numbers 2-1. That'll be quite a challenge tonight for the Miami back line.
So how good can they be in terms of their shape? As one player goes for the initial challenge, the other three need to provide coverage and drop in. Staying compact in your defensive structure, try to get a clean sheet so then you can allow the players higher up the field to be those game changers that they are.
Nice chip toward the middle of the field for Fury. Nice clear by Miami. Fury's been very active so far for Pittsburgh. Good movement in this game so far, Ricky. Here's Minas. Abiodun had it.
Very high tempo.
Yeah, good tempo, right?
Panthers, they're trying to take this game to the University of Miami, especially early on. Settle into this game, get the confidence within the side yet again. Put your foot on the ball. You're looking at Alarcon, Gallagher, Canali, Endall as well. Those players are the special playmakers for Ken Messer. Get them involved and a little bit more influential.
You see Deborah Abiodun in the middle for Pitt. Now has it. Been very quick to the ball tonight. Took a bit of a hit there. Let's see how they're going to rule that one. Abiodun from Nigeria going in hard, the University of Miami.
You've already seen about 5 minutes in the ability to cover so much grass. As a center midfielder, have you done the engine for the Pitt Panthers?
Missed 6 games because of an injury prior to the start of ACC play. Scored in a win over Clemson. And against Pittsburgh, win against Syracuse as well. Who had 2 goals there. Free kick for the Panthers. Their opportunity headed away by Miami. Collected by Pitt. By Minas. Cofield has it taken away. Canali on the move. You know that Pittsburgh's going to pay special interest to Canali. Miami playing a little bit of long ball here and cleared by Breach.
Pittsburgh needs to be really careful. Yes, you want to get that first goal, that go-ahead goal, but you cannot leave yourself overextended going back the other way. Endall and Canali have shown the ability to stretch this game.
Almost a through ball for Canali. Cut off by Pittsburgh, just couldn't thread that through a thicket of defenders. Canali wins it back for Miami, and now it will go the other way. Canali, one of the rising stars inside the ACC, has held her own this season. Eight goals for Canali this year. That's half of Miami's output.
She's been fantastic at all facets of the game. All of her work rate off the ball as well. She is that first line of pressure, a nightmare to deal with, a handful with her work rate. And she's shown that she can be a star in college soccer as the years have progressed.
Rambo throws it in, steers it toward, looked like Endall. Now a long ball for Pittsburgh. but offsides. Fury was in pursuit. Fury's from Texas, Irving, Texas. 22 goals in her career. Randy Waldrum is the head coach for Pitt. In his 7th season, he's put together a roster of goal scorers. He knows how to win. 14 years at Notre Dame, 2 national championships in 2004, 2010. 2-time national coach of the year. 71 wins at Pittsburgh and over 400, or right at 470 career wins.
It's impressive. For this season in particular, that's all the headlines will go to 37 times they found the back of the net, but what's impressed me is they've only conceded 10 times. So that tells you, that yes, they can score for fun, but also very stingy defending. Very good at their box and their rotation, their commitment to play on both sides of the ball. There's a reason why they're in this 2-game win streak for this Pittsburgh Panther side.
Grambo getting some pressure from Shupansky. Just off the foot of Alarcon. Quick throw in for Pittsburgh. Now Miami trying to generate an attack. Canali on it with some help in front. Deflected away by Cofield. Gallagher onto it for Miami. Gallagher for Nicholson. Hurricanes with a big booming shot. Oh, deflected away by Breach. What a save. Breach a diving save, and that was a titanic shot. My goodness gracious heavens, the Betsy.
What a fantastic strike this is from Kozarski. Just continues her run. Puts her head down, laced through this ball. Technique flawless from the midfielder for University of Miami. What about that save from Breach? Full extension, covers her near post and parries it away to deny University of Miami the opening goal here.
Kozarski sends it on the corner kick a little bit low. Boy, both conjured up some wizardry on that one. Boy, Kozarski had a cannon for a leg. That one across the end line. The Panthers, Pittsburgh, ranked in the top 10 in the nation in assists per game, corner kicks per game, goal differential, points per game, scoring offense, shots per game, shots on goal, total assists and total points. They average nearly 3 goals a game. And Ricky, they take nearly 25 shots per game. Cofield backs up on it. Kozarski almost had herself a collector's item on senior night, but denied by Ellie Breach. Grambo for Miami. Along the sideline, near sideline. Tried to keep that in play, but a little too heavy.
Really like what we've seen throughout the first 15 minutes from University of Miami. Understanding that there is a high line for the Panthers, so the space is in beyond them. That's why we start to see them play a little bit more direct in Route 1. So now if you are Pittsburgh, when you're out of possession, especially if your defenders need to drop it really quickly, if there's no pressure on the ball, to try to conduce that space between you and your defending goalkeeper.
Ken Messer, first season as the head coach of the University of Miami, has changed Hurricanes' style of play. Become a much more attractive style of play. He'll be busy on the recruiting trail, but did a good job of bringing in players this offseason. Pittsburgh with a chance there. Looked like Foley got out of position.
The goalkeeper, if you decide to come off of your line, you need to make sure that you're going to make a play on this ball. Foley mistimes it. Seems like it is Fury who gets it right before her. That's on target. It's 1-0 to the visiting school.
That would have been some kind of goal.
Now, if you are Foley or goalkeeper, your top priority is to get any sort of action on the ball. Teammates, opponent in front of you, you have to go through them. A little bit more decisiveness is needed there.
There's Foley to scoop it up. Clarice Foley making her 8th start. A 3-3-2 record so far. Reach with the save of the night so far. Allows less than 1 goal a game. Has yielded 9 goals this season, as you mentioned, the team 10. Kozarski with the throw-in for Miami.
I understand there is a lot of wind as well there at Cobb Stadium, so keeping the ball on the floor is going to be probably a little bit more comfortable for these girls to understand the flight of it. So what is that secondary action, whether it is a corner kick or a long ball, who knows how this ball will hold up in the wind.
Near side, Szczepanski plays it in front, and Foley out for this one, ahead of Fury.
That's the type of action that Randy Waldrum is going to want to see a little bit more. Szczepanski coming centrally, so now Fury has the ability to make a weak-sided run from outside in. There's a bit too much weight on this ball from Szczepanski.
Foley's going to come up for Miami and take this.
Have to think it's a shot from this distance.
What do you think Miami's plotting here?
Especially with the wind behind her back. Put it into a dangerous area.
Foley off the left foot, and it's cradled by Breach. Pitt has 5 double-digit scores. Szczepanski, Fury, Cofield, Abiodun, and Mellenhorst. Szczepanski, 36 points. Fury, 26 points, 11 goals. Good action so far. Clever pass, but just a little too much for Lee.
Like this little tactical change from Ken Messer. We've seen Endall playing this right-hand side, but most times she's been an outside back, more defensive minded. Now she has the ability to be direct. It's a handball. As we play on, she has the ability to be a little bit more direct on the attacking phase of this game. But we've seen through the first couple minutes here, she does not need a second invitation to drop down and help Grambo on the defensive side of the ball.
Lee nudges it in for Szupanski. Pittsburgh switches the field on Miami. This will be a Panthers throw-in for Ashley Moon. Still alive for Pittsburgh, near the box, and a play on. Canali. Good work by Pittsburgh, and there's Canali trying to get through two defenders. I think we're seeing more long balls tonight. I think Pittsburgh here in the first half may be playing with the wind to their backs.
They're having a really difficult time as well, finding some areas to really exploit through this Miami Hurricane defensive structure. Mr. coming to this game against such a potent attacking team, defending needs to be a top priority. They've been tight, they've been compact. They haven't really given any areas of space for Pittsburgh to really operate in.
Here's Foley, good strong left leg. I think that got Grambo in the back of the head.
It's the second time now that Grambo's been really clever at making this near run. She's been unmarked both times.
Szupanski turns it over. Big chance for Miami. Endall in the box, cut off and cleared away. A turnover by Pittsburgh, and Cofield, I think, was able to get back there and prevent a disaster.
That's a right idea here from Nicholson. Just a little bit too heavy because Endall makes a fantastic run. She has two decisions, whether to play into Canali or Endall. Is that a foul? Referee says no. But if you play that in front of her, now she has a 1v1 Endall with the goalkeeper. But as you send her a little bit wide, Caulfield does a really nice job at last-ditch defending efforts.
Now she was very calm with a lot of stress. Here's the corner by Gazarski for Miami. Ricochets back out. Rambo trying to go stride for stride right on the heels of Szupanski. Collected by Wells. Zalski onto it for Pittsburgh. Big moment perhaps for the Panthers. Looking for the icebreaker here.
Good defending from University of Miami. Especially in and around your defensive 18-yard box. No player leaving their feet unless they need to. The result of it, you win a goal kick.
Rambo hustling back. Been a good first half so far. Entertaining.
It's been back and forth.
Yeah.
The tempo's been high. It's been mostly the Pittsburgh Panthers trying to make it a little bit more Route 1, trying to find Fury. University of Miami coming to this game knew they needed to defend well, and they've done just that and try to catch Endall and Canali in transitional moments.
Canali quick throw in. Alarcon back to Canali. Canali sends this one in. Another chance here for Endall from the left to the right. Cofield again is there to clear it away. Caulfield has been very busy tonight.
Yet again, her and Canali going at it. And a fantastic 1v1 defender Caulfield has.
Caulfield, a senior, 15 career goals. Ellie Caulfield from Mars, Pennsylvania, has played well tonight for the Pitt Panthers. Moon trying to accelerate across the midline. Pass one, pass two defenders, taking on a third, and will end up empty-handed.
Just a little bit too heavy on the ball and too fiery, but if you are Ken Misser, you cannot have a center back just turn and have that much green grass to run into. Really aggressive-minded for Ashley Moon, does quite well. Just lacking that last bit of execution. If you're Miami Hurricanes, someone needs to step in and engage with her. You cannot allow her to run about 15 to 20 yards on the central location of the field.
Canali trying to get through two defenders. Caulfield off the left foot for Shupansky. Moon again being chased by Gallagher. Good ball in, but just couldn't collect it. Ricochets away. Pitt gets it back with Minas. Miami held Virginia Tech to a scoreless match here. And now no score tonight against Pittsburgh. Canali, great hustle for Miami against Lee. That one marked for Abiodun. Other way go the Hurricanes with Alarcon. Then Canali trying to slalom through the Pitt defense.
I think if you are University of Miami, you need a third player to join Endall and Canali, because they're outnumbered. It's 2 against the back 4 for Pittsburgh. So if you are Alarcon and Gallagher, Nicholson, player that's playing in a little bit deeper, picking and choosing your times when to join them to create a little bit of an overload or an advantage going forward is going to be really important and crucial to try to get that opening goal here.
Cerna on senior night. 51st game played for the University of Miami, making her 28th start. Foley with a line drive right to Cerna. Nicholson stabbed at it. Minas shovels it to the far sideline for Shupansky. Bit of a blustery night here in South Florida. Temperature in the mid-70s. The heat's not going to be the factor, but the wind might be. Szczepanski ushers it to Lee. Foley comes out. So now we're under 15 minutes to go here in the first half of a scoreless game between Miami and Pittsburgh. Cobb Stadium in Coral Gables on the campus of the University of Miami.
The two center backs for Miami, Kay and McCartney, have done a really nice job within their balance as one steps to engage with the ball, the other one provides some coverage underneath, and that's why you start to see maybe a little bit of frustration starting to grow from Pittsburgh, because they're not really finding any sort of success with unbalancing this back line for University of Miami.
In terms of carrying the play, it seems as if it's fairly even. Shots are even at 3. Miami 2 shots on goal. Hurricanes 2 corner kicks. Pittsburgh with 1.
It's a perfect example of how compact the Canes have been defending. With this shot from about 20-25 yards out from Obiodun. Up and over as we see Caroline Hood coming in for Canali. And land this from Alarcon, so a little bit of fresh legs to see this half out for Ken Messer, so expect them to stretch and run in behind this Pittsburgh back line.
Endahl tries to play it forward, and again, Breach comes out and covers up.
And it's the right idea yet again from Endahl to try to play it into the path of Caroline Hood. Just too close for Breach.
Long ball for Fury, the leading scorer for Pittsburgh. Fury 22 career goals, 8 this season. Cerna on the near side, cross the midline. Leaping in and off the foot of Olivia Lee. Wells will go out. Boyd comes in. Flynn comes on for Miami, and Endahl will get a rest. And once again there to cradle it is Breach. Abiodun had the takeaway. Onto it, Szczepanski.
Exactly what I'm talking about with defending being the top priority for the Hurricanes. When this ball gets popped in to Fury, more times often than not, Jessica Kay has dropped down and supply a little bit of support and doubling down on the physical striker That's why we haven't seen her find the success that she's had thus far in 2024. So if you are the Pittsburgh Panthers, playing into your striker, having the ball back, making off-balls runs, it's going to be really important to break down the Hurricanes.
Here with a free kick. Pinball's out to the University of Miami. To Flynn. Then Landers. Flynn once more. Miami pushing forward. Hurricanes looking for the icebreaker here.
More Flynn unable to get back on side. Does all the hard work. Now you just need to go and reward yourself.
35 minutes in here in Cobb Stadium. And no score. Boyd just came on, Ava Boyd. Been marking Kozarski. Hurricanes bring up Foley again. She can push this ball down the field. Flynn may have misjudged that one. And now Pittsburgh on the move. Trailing was Nicholson. Nicholson was behind Mellenhorst. I would say right on her heels.
It's a smart foul, to be fair, from Crosby Nicholson, because the Pittsburgh Panthers are already on a transitional moment. They have a lot of numerical advantages going forward, so she slows this game down, and now she gives her side the ability to drop back and get extra bodies behind the ball to deal with this set piece.
Mellenhorst tied for the team lead and 7th in the ACC with 3 goals in conference play. A career best 5 goals and 15 points so far this season for Mellenhorst, who has also 5 assists to her resume. Hurricanes under pressure, able to clear. Pittsburgh trying to keep the pressure on.
The nice header.
That was an elbow-to-elbow and arm-to-arm battle. Landers and, I make it Flynn and Zalesky. Four shots for Pittsburgh, 3 for Miami. Hurricanes have 2 shots on goal. Pittsburgh is yet to put one on goal. Edwards enters the fray for Miami, and Gallagher will get a rest. There's McCartney, plays it back for Foley. Foley was weighing her options as Szupanski was closing in. Now Kozarski for Miami, just outside the box, goes tumbling down.
And she's a player that needs to get on the ball a little bit more. Kozarski, we saw her quality earlier in this first half when she shoots from about 25 yards out with a bullet. But her work rate on both sides of the ball, the ability to join the attack, to be expansive in nature, but also very talented that she can break through opponents in their back line. So that is a play that if you are Ken Masur, you need to get her a little bit more involved as this game progresses.
Boyd hit the deck on that one. Here's another look.
Moments ago, Boyd does a fantastic job at a recovery run. A little bump from Kozarski.
Ricky's Knight Fury has had about 3 or 4 back heel plays. Might be something to keep an eye on as this match progresses, as we're headed toward intermission. This one lofted in there. Odium tries to get to it. Or Abdio done tries to get to it. It's cleared away for Cerna. Here's another look.
A player of this quality with putting the ball in a dangerous area. It's not the initial ball, it's a secondary ball that can really cause some issues. Well done by McCartney just to clear her lines. No nonsense from the center back.
Final 3.5 minutes here of the first half. Gane enters for Pittsburgh. Gane for Fury. A relatively fast-moving half. Not many stoppages in play. Both sides moving up and down the pitch. 4 shots for Pittsburgh, 3 for Miami. 2 corners for Miami, 1 for Pittsburgh. Just about 2 minutes away from intermission.
It's going to be really interesting to see what the messages are at halftime from Randy Waldrum, the head coach for Pittsburgh, and Ken Masur, the head coach for University of Miami. I do think the longer that this stays 0-0 is probably in favor of the home side. So how do you contain how good you've been defensively this next 45 approaching? Because you haven't given up really anything. It's been mostly set pieces, hopeful balls from deep lying positions. Getting a little bit more aggressive on the attacking phase as Huron comes in for Nicholson for Pittsburgh. I do think playing a little bit more direct into Fury, getting Japansky involved a little bit more. We've seen her quality, but not as consistent as you would like if you are a Panthers fan.
Cerna will go as fast as her feet will take her, but not fast enough. Pittsburgh, a high-scoring team, high-octane team, high-shot team, but Miami right now holding them below their numbers.
You have to think that this game is going to come down to one single play, a player producing a little bit of magic or a mistake, a set piece. Because through 44 minutes, not much separating both of these teams.
One minute away from halftime. Let's see if Pittsburgh has a little bit of a flurry in them for the final 60 seconds. Jupansky. Caulfield. Caulfield chips it in. Cleared by Miami. Caulfield gets it back. Stabbing at it was Landers. Final 30 seconds. Lee. Off the left foot. Brzelski. Final seconds melting off the clock here for the first half. That's pretty much going to do it. 45 minutes down and 45 to go. High-scoring Pitt Panthers have been held in check by the Miami Hurricanes. It's sort of blustery. Fury will get the ball rolling here in half number 2. And away we go. 45 minutes to go. Will we find a winner at the finish line of this one in Coral Gables? Kozarski with the throw in, and Kozarski nearly had the icebreaker in the first half. Probably the best shot of the game that was deflected away by Breach.
We've seen her quality this season. Kozarski on both sides of the ball, work rate, competitive spirit, a leader in her own right. 2 assists. She does a lot of the dirty work for the Hurricanes. How big of a part can she play in the second half here?
Moon plays it back for Zelski. Good quick move by Moon. Minas sends it wide. And now Pittsburgh with a threat brewing. And this one sailed over the top by Shupansky. It seemed like Pittsburgh, they were moving all of their offensive assets in a hurry toward the goal.
Yeah, really patient in the way that they approach this second half, moving the ball from left to right and finding the right time to be vertical. Shupansky, a player that if you are Randy Waldrum, you need to get her a little bit more involved, especially when you're getting around that 18-yard box.
I think maybe the players to keep an eye on for Pittsburgh, Abio Dunn, of course Shupansky, and then Fury.
Abio Dunn gives you the work rate centrally, the engine for this side. Then you have Fury. You want her to stay high. You want her to occupy the 2 center backs for University of Miami so Shupansky can just go and search the game. You want her on the ball as often as you can for Randy Waldrum.
Ellen Horst connects with Lee. Kay for Kozarski. Off of Pittsburgh. Kay a quick throw in. Trying to get it to Gallagher. Caulfield had a very good defensive first half for Pittsburgh.
It's interesting from Ken Masur, we see Canali actually starting on the bench in the second half, so it tells you maybe he wants tired legs to get a little bit more involved in the game to bring her on with her energetic nature. And they'll start as the lone striker for the Hurricanes.
Good takeaway by Cerna. Gallagher lost it out of play and a quick throw in by Pittsburgh. Fury trying to get in on McCartney. Fury to the end line and cleared away by Miami. Perhaps a bit of a dangerous situation brewing. Miami found themselves in the danger zone.
You stay tuned in mentally for the Hurricanes, whether it is a throw-in or a corner kick. The ball walks over that white line, getting your defensive structure quicker. It's going to be crucial.
Here's another look, Ricky.
One time that we've seen Fury get on the wrong side of McCartney. As this ball comes across, Szczepanski unable to have that secondary action to really test goalkeeper Foley.
Nicholson heads it forward. Endahl, good hustle. Endahl and Zalski. Rambo plays it out wide. Does Miami have something percolating here? Just on the edge of the box. Caulfield, a good strong bit of defending. Here is Breach, who had the big save in the first half on a shot by Kozarski. It looked like it was headed for the back of the net. She struck it and had something behind it.
Really good save from Breach to deny Kozarski because she hits it extremely well from distance.
Foley has seen 5 shots, but nothing on goal tonight. Caulfield dinks it to Minas. On the move is Moon. And here come the Panthers. Minas for Wells, top of the box. Something going on here perhaps for Pittsburgh. Fury trying to get in range and lets it fly over the top of the crossbar.
Patient from Fury. Waiting for that nice little window. That's when she pulls the trigger, but as she continues her run, little pump fake, really technical. And she takes that secondary touch horizontally, but yet look how quickly both defenders collapse and close down the space. Fantastic joint defending from University of Miami to deny Fury the opening goal here.
.53 minutes in and still scoreless.
If you are the Hurricanes and you do have the ability to recover the ball, your first look needs to be into Endahl. Because more times often than not, it's her versus one of the 2 center backs for Pittsburgh. So try to put the ball in her path, let her run onto it, and stretch this back line. Because as Pittsburgh is used to scoring a lot of goals and scoring them very often, they want to commit a lot of numbers forward. So it leaves them sometimes vulnerable going back the other way. So passes just like this can be effective.
Endall gets into the box, but could not control it and showed some frustration.
And it's a good action. It's the right idea from the Canes. 2 passes, you get yourself into the attacking 18-yard box, but now it's that little bit of quality that's been lacking so far in this match.
These are 2 sides that perhaps think offense first. What have you seen, though, in the defending?
I think it's been really impressive. I mean, especially for the Hurricanes, that's not easy to keep this game 0-0 against a team that we continue to say have scored 37 times in 2024. In their last 2, they've scored 7 goals. So you knew they were going to be confident. They were wanting to get that first early goal to unsettle the Hurricanes, but they've been quite good, quite tight in their structure. And you could say the same for the Pittsburgh Pittsburgh Panthers, because Kozarski pulled up from distance, and that's only the really clear-cut opportunity that we've seen from the Canes.
Here comes Canali. Hurricanes and Panthers scoreless in Coral Gables. Canali trying to do something about that. Canali on the move. 3 defenders trying to surround her. Canali tries to thread a pass through a thicket of defenders, picks it up in the box. Canali with a shot deflected away, and there again is Breach the cover-up.
You just see the instant impact from Canali. A bit quicker to react as this ball pops out. Look how she continues her run. Every player in a white jersey gets caught ball watching. Second touch out of her body, tries to squeak it into that near post, but in the end it's a good save from Breach, but instant impact from Canali. 8 goals in the season, looking for her 9th. But good save yet again from Breach.
Canali coming off the bench in the second half, showing she has plenty of gas in the tank. Here come the Panthers with 33 minutes to find a result in Coral Gables. Szczepanski, always dangerous when she's on the ball. Off the left foot. Foley, I think, got a piece of it, or was it the crossbar? But boy, that was almost a tight needle to thread. And I think Szczepanski thought she had a goal. Let's see if Foley got a piece of this one.
Just so impressive. Look how quickly she shifts this ball to her left foot and just thumps this thing off to Crossbar.
Crossbar. Szczepanski thought for sure that was a goal.
Just impressive. No backlift whatsoever from Szczepanski.
Showing power and her accuracy just a tad bit off. Shouldered away. Gallagher had it, but shouldered away.
We'll see that action wakes up both attacking units from the Hurricanes and the Panthers.
Well, we saw the talent of Szczepanski in the last opportunity.
Seen her and Fury not need a ton of space to pull the trigger, and it makes it that much more difficult when they have the ability with both feet. They can hurt you in a plethora of different ways. Good opportunity here for the Hurricanes.
There's Grambo weighing her options. Rambo lofts it in, and packing up was Breach. That was very close.
We mentioned it in the first half, Joe. The wind can play a factor. So how this ball carries can be a cause for concern for both goalkeepers.
Here's another look.
give credit to Breach. How many times have we seen goalkeepers just go out and try to attack the ball? Reads a flight, secure hands, and does quite well to keep it over from going over the end line as well. Fantastic display of goalkeeping.
Pretty acrobatic play, mid-air acrobat. Now we are with a half an hour left to play. You know, the University of Miami, 4-6-3 overall. Tough sledding in the ACC, 0-4-2, but playing very hard. And that's a good start for the coach. If your team plays hard, eventually you cash in.
I think we've seen some foundations being built for Ken Messer and what he's trying to do and build here at the University of Miami. They're on the ball. They have their responsibilities, their identity, who they want to be on and off the ball. And yes, maybe the record, it is what it is, but they've shown that they're not going to be an easy out for every single ACC side that comes here to Cobb Stadium.
Abio Dunn plays it back. Caulfield. Then Evers. Near side for Moon. Miami in a back pedal. Quick throw in for Pittsburgh. Moon lobs it in. Easy play for Foley. Over the head of Fury. 7 shots for Pittsburgh, 5 for Miami. Hurricanes have 4 shots on goal. Have not been able to cash in. Caulfield spun around, took Canali down. No call, play on. Miami trying to make their way forward. Grimbo. Canes with a chance here. Gazarski. Now Canali. It pinballs away, and Pittsburgh clears it away. Miami trying to keep the pressure on. Kay rushes to it. Gazarski can't catch up to it. Gazarski's had a couple of chances here tonight.
What a brilliant opportunity this would have been. First from Kozarski, she does everything right, but the defender is there to react quicker. As this ball falls to Canali. Lucia Wells, that does well, and coming back the other way. Ashley Moon, last-ditch defending effort. 2 opportunities for the Hurricanes to get the opening goal, but even better recovery runs from the Panthers.
Great defending. Kozarski trying to go from the left to the right, and that split second when the ball was taken away.
Gets a right body position. Lucia Wells. Not easy to do, especially when you're so deep in your defensive 18-yard box, because if you get that challenge wrong, it's a penalty. She needs to get it right and does just that.
So we are still scoreless. Unless Fury does something about it right here. Steps away from Foley. Trying to set up a teammate. And nothing at the end, a cross up with Mellenhorst. I'm not sure it happened between Fury and Mellenhorst, but it looked like they had the advantage.
It's a fantastic run from Fury. Splits both center backs, and then the composure. Understanding the angle's not there, so let me slow my feet down and let my teammates come and join my attack. There's information on this spot, but Mellenhorst, I do think she has more time than she thinks to take that first touch to open up the whole goal. A little bit more composure as they're running onto it. Big opportunity miss for Pittsburgh.
Doney comes on for the Panthers. Keeley also comes on for Pittsburgh. Getting to the later stages of our match now. Nicholson.
You just see one mistimed step from a player for University of Miami. The gap opens up for Fury. Really clever with her movement to play up the blind side, to play in between two defenders. So if you do step, you have to have communication that you require some coverage underneath you.
.25 minutes to go. Pittsburgh held without a goal so far. Pittsburgh was shut out by North Carolina on September 19th, shut out by Cal on September 26th. Lost both of those matches, 1-0. Landers in for Miami. On October 3rd, scored 4 goals against Clemson. Their last outing, 3 against Syracuse, so came in as Miami's on the attack here, kind of swinging a hot bat. 7 goals in their last 2 games. Kozarski's had several opportunities tonight on senior night for Miami. Kay puts her head down, tries to rush through the defense. Off the foot of Nicholson.
It's a really good idea from Kyla Gallagher. Nicholson advanced herself into that half pocket, just unable to find her intended target. I think this is when the University of Miami are at their best, when they slow the game down, they get numbers high up the field, and they draw out their opponents and beat them through their play.
Hurricanes will have the throw in. 23 minutes to go now in Coral Gables. Canali surrounded by 3 white jerseys. You get the feeling she will be shadowed wherever she goes. Cern out wide. With all that attention on Canali, does that free somebody else up?
100%. So now you need the supporting cast to step up, whether it is Kozarski. We've seen Endall, Grambo come around the corner as well. All those players have to understand when Canali gets the ball, there's going to be so much attention on her, so that's going to free up space elsewhere.
Grambo a throw in. Abiodun takes it away. Hurricanes get it back with Kay. Comes near side for Kozarski off the left foot. 1v1 for Kozarski. Short connection for McCartney. Kay middle of the field. Hurricanes go wide on the far side for Cerna. Volley comes toward Canali. Pittsburgh there to hinder it. Landers again, a short connection for Cerna. Miami a chance here. That one deflected away, and I think it's going to be a corner for Miami.
And it's the best passage of play that we've seen from the Hurricanes throughout this whole match. They have the courage, the personality to put their foot on the ball, to slow the game down, to find the areas where they can really exploit unbalance this Panthers back line. As a result of that, you want a really dangerous set piece as Grambo stands over it.
Big chance here for Miami. Grambo plays it on the ground. Pittsburgh on the move the other way with Ashley Moon. With long strides, Moon across the midline. McCartney backing up, and Moon's going the length of the field now.
There's arguments from the Panthers bench saying that the whole ball needs to go over the line, and if you do call it a bit earlier, took about 2 to 3 seconds while Ashley Moon was head full of steam to bring the ball back.
Quite a run by Moon. Endall back in. Canali out for Miami. Endall replacing Canali. Mellenhorst, a dangerous scorer, in for Pittsburgh for the final 20 minutes. McCartney, a steady defender for Miami. Now Foley scoops it up. McCartney's had a solid defensive season for the Hurricanes. Has all those qualities of a captain. Sophomore probably with some leadership responsibilities in the near future. Cerner with good hustle. And now Fury with a clever move. Fury trying to get around 2 defenders and on the edge of the box, nearly taken down. Fury's worked hard and a mask of frustration right now.
You can see the frustration from the striker coming out. But every time she does collect this ball, there's about 2 to 3 Hurricane defenders. Here's one. Grambo's coming around. No space whatsoever to operate in. Fantastic effort from the Hurricanes on the defensive side of the ball. Watch out here.
Hurricanes, can they get there? No. Breach breaks it up. Grambo. And here come the Hurricanes with a big chance here. And just a little bit wide on the chip. Charging in was Gallagher. And Gallagher just could not finish it off.
So unselfish from Endall. It's the right play in the end. Run up the shoulder, understands I have a teammate that has a better angle. And this is just pure will. Gallagher tries to get enough on it with the outside of her right leg. Downey does just enough to throw her off. Fantastic recovery run from the defender from the Pittsburgh.
Downey had just come into the game. Miami 8 shots, 5 on goal, none to the back of the nets. Pittsburgh 8 shots, have not had 1 on goal tonight. 7 fouls to Pittsburgh. Miami with more corner kicks, 3-2. Nicholson plays it again wide for Gallagher. Here comes Endall. Endall, nope, cannot get there. Now Cerna, short connection for Landers. Grambo off the left foot. It's been an assertive University of Miami team here the last 5 minutes.
And it comes with Endall playing as the lone striker because she gives you the ability to be direct, to really run in behind this Panthers back line. It's been a fantastic little tactical change from Ken Messer.
Lucia Wells back in. I would imagine Pittsburgh will really dig down deep here in the final 16 minutes. After tonight's game, they move up the state. They've got Florida State waiting for them. That's not an easy task. Fury trying to get there against McCartney. Deep in the corner.
Like for like, McCartney with Fury. It's been a fantastic battle that we've had through 75 minutes between two very talented players.
Collected by Nicholson. Hurrying in the middle of the field. Turnover by Miami. Dangerous spot here. Here come the Panthers. Pass just a little bit off the mark. Abby O'Dunn trying to get there. Now it's Moon. Plays it forward for Fury. Two orange jerseys are there. McCartney and Kazarski. Kazarski's played hard tonight. Had a couple of big chances on the offensive end. Both sides playing really hard. Can we find a winner here in the final 13 minutes?
You have to
what
think,
will determine that?
You have to think, Joe, with how competitive that this match has been, there's going to be a golden opportunity for one of these sides. Who's going to take it? Who's going to have more composure in both boxes? I think that's going to be the team who's going to take the win here.
Ooh, Kazarski leans in on Wells. Wells took it from Kazarski. Kazarski tried to get it back from Wells. That'll be a foul as we approach 13 minutes to go. And a chance for Pittsburgh.
Schupanski's going to stand over this ball. Her intended area is going to be right between that 6-yard box and penalty mark to really ask questions and test Foley with her decision making.
Here is Schupanski. Lobs it in there elegantly, and it's deflected away. This will be a Pittsburgh corner kick, and maybe one of the big spots of our game, a character tester right here. As Schupanski looks like she's going to take the corner. Great goal scorer, great assist maker. This could be a sea of legs here. An elegant chip in. McCartney off her shoulder, head the other way. So we'll try the other corner now.
She's got her cardio in, that's for sure. But interesting, that far end, she elected to kick with her right foot. Now it's the left foot. About her quality with the in-swinger.
Schupanski, a little bit too much on that one. Alarcon re-enters the match. Her number is called. Eight shots for Miami, 8 shots for Pittsburgh. Hurricanes have 5 on goal. I think the wind got a piece of that one. Quick throw in for Pittsburgh. Wells. Coming down to the final 10 minutes now. Here is Foley launching it. Pittsburgh trying to break through, and now we got another foul and another big moment coming up here, Ricky.
You're really clever, really smart. The challenges that you go into, especially in and around your 18-yard box. No need to try to win this ball, Moran. You have a teammate right there. You mistime it, now you give. Pittsburgh, a really nice opportunity in a comfortable distance to go up and over the wall and really test Foley here.
Big moment of the match now. Will we find a headline maker? Caulfield and Szczepanski collaborating. Caulfield, too much on that.
It's a really difficult technique from that distance to try to go up and over the wall underneath the crossbar. As she approaches the ball, her shoulders are back. That's why it goes up and over and it never comes down. Caulfield's gonna want that opportunity back.
And for the stretch run, Canali back in for Miami. Abio Dunn trying to get free through two defenders. Dangerous players on the pitch for Pittsburgh. Mellenhorst and Szczepanski and Fury. Here's Caulfield. Takeaway by Miami. Pitt gets it right back with Moon. Then Mellenhorst. Mellenhorst has had a big season for Pittsburgh. Now we're down to 7.5 minutes to go. Good hustle by Kozarski. Canali trying to get herself to space. A takeaway by Pittsburgh. Minas on it. Miami scrambles back on defense. Here come the Panthers with a long ball into the box, trying to cut inside. Had a good idea there by Wells, but just couldn't finish it off.
decision making is going to be the top priority for both of these sides, especially if you are a defender. Both teams are a little bit desperate to get that opening goal, so they're going to start to throw numbers forward and try to force turnovers. So there's nothing wrong with playing a little bit more route one and gaining some real estate higher up the field, away from your defending goal. No need to try to play through the pressure.
Final 6 minutes here in Coral Gables. A scoreless match, then a good one. Panthers with something brewing here. Fury tries to sneak it through 2 defenders. Offsides on Pittsburgh. Time running out on both sides. That connection just a little bit off, trying to get it to Canali.
Just a little bit too long. Kyla Gallagher takes on the ball. Canali's already starting her run. That's how she loops it to keep herself onside.
Lots of tension around the pitch. Scoreless match, 4.5 minutes to go. Moon for Pittsburgh. Short connection on the near side and a good move by Wells. Pittsburgh perhaps trying to set something up here. Abiodun trying to get to her right foot, looking for some space. Being checked by Hurricane defenders. Pittsburgh, good job moving the ball. Miami sinking everybody down, and Foley reaches up and makes the save. Oh my goodness. Just under 4 minutes to go, and Foley snatches it out of the air.
Full extension from Foley. Needs to get it right because there's a back post run and does just that. Her 6th save this evening. Good idea from Moon to just clip it to that back post. Even better goalkeeping.
Not a lot of space there for Moon, but tried to sneak it in. Now the Hurricanes on the move in the box. Coming up on 3 minutes to go. Abiodun connects with Mellenhorst. Mellenhorst watched by Kay. If we get a goal, it's going to be unbridled joy and relief for somebody. An absolute heartbreak for someone else. That's if we can get a goal. We've gone almost 88 minutes. Mellenhorst on the move. Here's one into the box. Pittsburgh with a chance. Can Abiodun get there? Still has it. Edge of the box. Good defending by Miami. And knocked away. Gallagher using every ounce of energy and straining to keep that away from Pittsburgh.
Good work from Kyla Gallagher. Understanding that Abiodun has time and space, so she drops back. Does her defensive side of the ball. Those little actions really are what grow the culture for this Hurricane side and who they want to be.
inside of 2 minutes to play. Fury trying to outrun Miami. McCartney was back defending. Hurricanes now defending for their lives here in the final 90 seconds. Big chance here for Pittsburgh. Chupansky. Wells back to Chupansky with 1:14 to go. Onto it is Moon. Pittsburgh moving everybody forward. Zalesky, far side of the field for Lee. 1 minute to play. No score in Coral Gables. Pittsburgh looking for a win. Chupansky looking at 3 or 4 orange jerseys. Chupansky gets it off, deflected away. Fury tries to get to her right foot. Another chance for Pittsburgh. Wells is in the area. Coming down to 30 seconds to go. Moon with a throw in. Right back to Moon. 30 seconds to play. Miami with a clear. But Pittsburgh again. Right there, Zalesky. Pittsburgh trying to win at the death. They lob it in, and Foley is there on one hop. Four seconds to go. Coming down the stretch. Looks like we're going to end up in a draw, and we will. Miami and Pittsburgh play to a scoreless tie in Coral Gables.